on my back. I always wanted to be the best in my pack. I always wanted to be known to be good, to be the hero of my own hood. If I could just fly, I could save everyone. Stop all the wars so nobody's gotta run. All the killing, all the crimes, pain and suffering. It's getting tougher to be buffered from it all. Are we gonna make it through? Is he gonna fly back in? Cause if he don't come right now, I don't think good will win. Time is running now. Do we wanna wait for him? Or is it our time now to bring the good back in? We don't have to leap tall buildings in a single file. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you, right here, right now. Superhero, na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. Superhero, na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. Full of so much pain, and though I can't fly, I can do my little part here before I die, yeah. I may not win the Nobel Prize, but at least I can try to be a little more kind, spend a little more time in my changing life, yeah. Like giving a hug when somebody is down, feeding a soul when there's nobody around. Small things that can change the sound, and the vibe and the spirit that can change a town. Started small, now it's touched the crowd. The crowd is growing, now the word is out that if we all do our parts, we can touch the clouds. Without a cape and a mask, we can touch the clouds. Yep. We don't have to leap tall buildings in a single file. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you, right here, right now. Superhero, na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. Superhero, na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the smallest things that make a difference, and all the power's locked within us. All we gotta do is find the key and turn the latch and set it free, yeah. We don't need to be fast and strong, cause a kind word can go a long way. Help someone whose faith is gone to get back up and carry on. Maybe it's too hard to understand, think it's too much for us to handle, but I promise you that you can, cause you don't need to be a Superman. We don't have to leap tall buildings in a single file. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you, right here, right now. Superhero. Feeding the soul when there's nobody around. The superhero. And the vibe of the spirit that can change a town. Superhero. The crowd is growing, now the word is out that if we all do our parts, we can catch the clouds. Without a cape and a mask, we can touch the clouds. Yep.
And good morning, Unity of Melbourne. Good morning. It's so great to see each of you here. Now, one thing that I want to go over real quick here is today, I've got the power. I have got the power. And you've got the power. And collectively, we've got the power. So what I'm going to ask is, let's say I've got the power right now together.
I've got the power.
And? And what follows that?
We've got the power.
All right. One more time with feeling. I've got the power. Look at your neighbor and say, you've got the power. And collectively, it is, we've got the power. And our musicians are starting us off today with I've Got the Power.
You got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. Sing it with us. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. One more time. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside me. I got the power inside me. Every day I'm wasting my time thinking someone else is gonna do it all for me. I got to get up, get out, get it, just get started. Take one step towards my destiny. I'll define my direction with clear-cut intention. Declare what will be, and then watch it come to me. 'Cause I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside of me. I got the power inside of me. There are days when I feel I'm just no good. Days when I don't even want to try. But when I stop, look, listen, and surrender, I hear a voice of truth I cannot deny. It says, you know you can do it. Just get down to it. Have faith in yourself and the will to see it through. 'Cause I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside of me. I got the power inside of me. Here we go. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. Sing it with us. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. Yes, we do. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. Oh, I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power.
I got the power. Can you feel? I'm sorry. Took me back a few years. Anyway, welcome to everyone who is here in our sanctuary at Unity Melbourne. To those of you online, I'm not sure which camera it is, but thank you so very, very much for joining us. It is an honor to have each and every one of you here, both in person and in consciousness with us. I'm Randy Fillmore. I am one of the licensed Unity teachers here at Unity of Melbourne, and today I'm serving as platform host. And it's my honor, privilege, and opportunity to welcome each and every one of you. If you are new with us for the first time today, we welcome you and honor the fact that you've chosen to join us here today. For those virtually who are joining us, what I'm going to ask is in the chat stream that you please take an opportunity to tell us hi and let us know where you are joining us from. And we hope to do that right now. I'd like to introduce Mr. Hank Lewis, also a licensed Unity teacher, who's today for our guest speaker, as he opens us with a prayer.
Join me as we pray together. We do indeed have the power, the most tremendous power in the world, the power of the Christ that lives within each and every one of us. We have the power to change our lives, the power to change our world, the power to raise the consciousness of this entire world by changing our own consciousness. We have the power to express and to share love and joy and peace and grace and wonder and hope with the world in which we live. And I invite each of us to do so. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Hank. At Unity of Melbourne, we do not have a vision statement or a mission statement. We have a why. Why Unity of Melbourne exists, why we are so special, and why we believe that to our core. And that why is we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. We love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. I'm going to invite each and every one of you, even those of you virtually, to affirm that with me right now. Together, we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. And we do that through a variety of different ways. And what I'm going to invite you to do, I'm not going to go through it right now, but on our back table, we actually have our why and our hows. The 5 hows that we use to manifest loving and accepting ourselves and others and healing our world. And they are on the back table, and on the back side of our why and how are Unity's 5 basic principles. And we've put them on a card because my glasses need me to see something big. So small business card is not going to work. So we take the opportunity to make this available, and we make it available not only to anyone in the sanctuary to take that, but in the chat stream, if you go ahead and say that I'd like one of these cards, we'd be more than happy to mail it to you and with you. So please take that opportunity. We are in the season of Lent, and Unity has published the Release and Renew 2022, a spiritual practice for Lent. It has affirmations, denials, poems, and stories that are pertinent for the season of Lent. We have a few remaining books that are on the back table as well. We invite you to take one. Please take them. Again, for those who are joining us online, we invite you to also send us a note in the chat stream, and we will make sure that we get one to you in the mail. So please take that opportunity. Yesterday at 10 o'clock, we had one of our other licensed Unity teachers, Paulette Mason, and our Vice President of the Board of Trustees, Angela Victor, host on Zoom called Zoom In at 10. And it's a discussion that everyone participates who calls in virtually. And you can, if you're not able to get onto a computer, you can actually even dial in on your telephone. So that opportunity exists. And it's an hour-long discussion, and I say a discussion, it's not a talk, it's a discussion on Unity's principles and questions you might have, specifically around the Lenten season. So please take that opportunity. If you want to know how you can get the information, there is a sign-up sheet on the back table, and for those virtually, Joseph just posted a link on how to register for this so that you can get the information. We're not bombarding you with a URL and to try to figure it all out. We make it very, very simple as best that we can. Also want to remind you, coming up on April the 13th, our own licensed Unity teacher, Maggie Roche, will be hosting a Holy Week Taizé prayer service. And I know she's solicited a number of members and congregants to be readers in that Taizé service. We do Taizé service several times a year, and it's a contemplative service with readings and chants and music. If you've never experienced a Taizé style service, you'll want to make plans. Clear your calendar for Wednesday, April the 13th at 6 p.m. right here. We are also streaming it live, so you'll be able, I'm sorry? What did I say, 6? I'm sorry, it is at 6:30. 6:30. I'm glad the shot collar wasn't working. 6:30 on Wednesday the 13th. So please join us for that as well. We do have prayer chaplains. We want to recognize our prayer chaplains who are with us here today. They will be available after the worship service to pray with you here in the sanctuary. If you would like also, there are prayer request forms. We haven't got them in the back of the chairs yet, but they are on the table, and a prayer box is available. Please complete the prayer request forms if you're interested in that. drop it in the prayer box, and the prayer chaplains will hold that prayer for 30 days here at Unity of Melbourne, and then we send the prayer requests out to Silent Unity at Unity Village, where they will be prayed for another 30 days. The telephone number that you see on your screen or behind me is Silent Unity, where prayer associates are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to pray with you. Silent Unity has been in continuous prayer 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for over 127 years. They've been at this for a very long time. There is a wonderful group of prayer associates that are right under that cupola that is displayed right there. And that light in that cupola is on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day when there is prayer. And that light has not been extinguished in over 127 years. It's been a different cupola throughout that time frame, but they have always been there continuously in prayer. Our children are down at the other end of the building, and they are working on a couple of different lessons depending on whether they're in sanctuary or whether they're virtual. The children who are in the building down at the far end, their program today is On the Road Again, where they will understand no matter what obstacles that we face, we need to keep our faith in the God of our understanding and the power of good to overcome any difficulty. That's a powerful lesson for our youth to be learning. And for those who are doing the lessons from home, because we don't live stream the youth lessons, they're continuing their forgiveness session, which is this week is What is Forgiving Yourself? Where they focus on how often we forget to forgive ourselves and how we hold on to hurt feelings and how that makes us feel, which is, again, all important lessons. And for those of you who received the e-news this past week, you'll notice that our youth will be doing an Easter festival, and that's coming up Easter Sunday. And if you'd like an opportunity, or if you'd like to take an opportunity to help contribute to making sure that we have enough things to fill the plastic Easter eggs, please, there's an opportunity to contribute on that as well. And if you want more information on that, I will certainly give you the opportunity to do that. But let's take the opportunity right now to go ahead and bless our children. So warm up the hands, warm up the consciousness, and affirm with me as we say, children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ that you are. Okay. What I'm going to now ask our musicians to go ahead and sing their second new song this week. This week. It is from Sue Riley today, and there's a third one coming too. A Sue Riley song called I Am the Thinker.
Thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined, 'cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I lost my place in the brand new chart. There are really great words, I don't know what they are, but y'all know the chorus, here we go. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. Oh, found it. If you ask me what am I I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. Do it again. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Oops.
And that's what I get for throwing new songs at the last minute. That's on me. That is on me. Let's go ahead and I did not get a chance to brief the musicians on this, so please, I'm going to hide back here. Let's go ahead and put the silliness aside and go ahead and prepare ourselves for meditation. And Reverend Hank Lewis will lead us in meditation.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be mindful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers. Through love the world is changing. Our thoughts are prayers. Our power is co-creating in the light of holiness. Our mind is filled with grace. All humankind we can embrace. When every thought becomes a prayer.
Every thought is indeed a prayer. We are constantly in prayer. We are constantly in a time where we're sharing who we are with the world through the vibrational energy that we put out. And we realize that, as the first song said, we can change ourselves through our thoughts. And those are the thoughts that become our prayers. Those things that can change us and make us a different person, a different fully human, fully divine person on this earth. Understanding that we control our own thoughts. We control our own experience based on them. So this morning I would ask, what are you thinking? What thoughts are you putting out into the universe? What is it that you are sharing? What is your consciousness that you're putting forth? Let us think about that and set an intention to be positive in this world as we go into a time of silence. as we come back into this present moment, into this space, let us realize and remember that our thoughts are indeed prayers. And through them, we change not only our lives, but the lives of others. And so it is. Amen.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be mindful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Thank you, music team. Thank you, Randy. Thank you to our prayer chaplains serving today. And for everybody who works behind the scenes to make things go smoothly and easily. Thank you to the Board of Unity of Melbourne. Not an easy job. I appreciate what you do. So we are, as Randy said, firmly planted in this season of Lent. Sorry, Deborah, you're going to have to hear this first part again. So Deborah was with me last week at a different church. And this part is just my understanding of Lent, so I thought I would share it with you. I grew up Southern Baptist. Most of you have heard me say that. So the only thing I knew about Lent was that it had something to do with fish. Because in school, suddenly fish became the main meal on Fridays of every week. That was it. That was the sum total of my knowledge. I didn't know there was a difference between Lent and Lint. And my mom used to tell me that lint was the thing that gathered in the dryer and would catch fire if we didn't clean it out on a regular occasion. So I really had not a clue. And then I went to a different faith tradition where they taught me that Lent was giving something up. You must give something up for these days of Lent. So every year, based on my childish understanding, I gave up dark chocolate. Now, some of you are probably going, wow, I bet that was tough. No, I despise dark chocolate. So that's why I gave it up every year. Seemed kind of simple, right? If I got to give something up, I'll give up something I don't like. I didn't quite get Lent. And then I came to Unity, and somebody actually explained it to me in a way I understood. It's about personal transformation. It's about a time of spiritual growth and progressing unfoldment of my soul. It's a time to align my mind with that of God. That I get. And if I'm going to give something up, then I need to give up things like negativity, things that don't serve me anymore, error thoughts that I have held on to since I was a little kid. And then the question became with Unity, then how do I transform my life? How do I actually change it? And a part of it was in the song that you guys sang so beautifully. Thank you. We have the power to change our lives through our thoughts, because thoughts shape who we are. Wow. Again, doesn't mean every random thought, thankfully, that goes through my head shapes and transforms my life. But it's those thoughts to which I attach emotion and feeling and decide, yes, I can do this, I can make this change. The first time you skipped it because you couldn't find the words, Dad. The second time, no, it was perfect. The second time, though, was my favorite line in the song. I am more than meets the eye. I am. You are. We have a hard time realizing that sometimes. We see only our faults and only the things that are wrong with us. We see all those things we know need to change or we wish we could change. But reality is you have tremendous power. You have the power to change yourself, to transform yourself, and to transform the world. Everybody good with that? All right. So another part of the answer has to do with the power that we're speaking on today, the power of power. Thought that was kind of redundant when I first heard it. And Fillmore would have said the faculty of power. But when we look at power and where it's located, it's here in the back of our throat. It's right next to zeal, which Reverend Therese talked about last week. So I have an affirmation that I use with power that I want to share with you this morning. I have the right to speak my truth. Will you say that with me? I have the right to speak my truth. Unity's fifth principle says, through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. Metaphysically, truth is the absolute, that which never changes. Reality is, truth for you and truth for me are probably different. It doesn't mean that the truth has changed or moved. It just means that on my journey and on my path, I may not be at the same level that you are. So it's the truth that we know, that we understand. That is the truth that we need to be speaking. That is the truth that we need to be sharing with the world. Before we go too far, I want to say that power has two sides. There is that ego power that we all have. The part where we want to control things. I know none of you are type A control people, but there are a few of us in the room. And we are also generally perfectionists, so we get all upset when things don't go exactly like we want it to, and it's not perfect every time. That's being power hungry. That's having an overdeveloped power. That's when we go too far into power and we try to manipulate others and bully people, control them. We're selfish, we're domineering. Overdeveloped power. Politicians often fall in this category. Not going to get into politics. Just saying they often do. Big business often falls into this category. Bullies in school and work often fall into this category. Now I want to see if y'all me with this next one. Churches also fall into this category. Yep. Churches we left, the church we're in. We can all become power hungry and want to make sure that everything is just perfect. The first Sunday that our new pastor was at CCU in Orlando, I was platforming, she was speaking, and we said before we walked out, we're going to do a perfect service. We're not going to make any mistakes. We're just going to keep going. First announcement, we messed it up. And instead of getting upset, we both turned and looked at each other and just started laughing. Because what happened was in divine order. It was the way it was supposed to be. And somebody sent me a text message during the service that said, y'all are cute. Wasn't real sure how to take that for a moment. But I think the fact that neither one of us got upset, it's just the way things flow. Ego power would have said, no, it has to be perfect. It's her first Sunday. You don't want to mess that up. Spiritual power goes, no big deal. Move on. Ego power is when we speak words that hurt others and we condemn other people. A friend of mine who's a minister calls ego power divine amnesia, where we forget what we came here to do. We forget why we were incarnated. And if I can't control my feelings, great, I'll control yours. Divine amnesia. We all get that on occasion. Charles Fillmore said that self-control is the capacity to direct one's behavior in right ways. Sometimes I'm really good at that. Sometimes not so much. Directing it, making sure that I'm conquering my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and dealing with them and not just pushing them down and burying them somewhere. Spiritual power recognizes that we're all spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual laws, yet acknowledging we are fully human and fully divine. Acts 1:8 says, "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you." I say to you, forget H-O-L-Y, and let's look at W-H-O-L-E. You have the whole power at the moment you are born. That Spirit is a part of you. Holy with an H, holy with a W. That Spirit is already living in every one of us. There's a song that says, "The Spirit of God is upon me." Yes, absolutely. Do I acknowledge it all the time? Nope. Do I work with it correctly all of the time? Absolutely not. But that spirit of wholeness is a part of who I am. In the Metaphysical Dictionary, Charles Fillmore said, "Power is a person's innate control over their thoughts and feelings, a quickening from on high that must precede the realization of dominion." So we have all 12 powers living in us from the time of birth. To activate the power of power, we first have to learn to be silent. We go into the silence and we find out what it is we're supposed to be doing, what it is we're to use that power for. As I said, we can use it for our ego self, we can use it for our spiritual self. What is it that we're going to use the power for? Ever known somebody who just can't stop talking? Thank you for the testimony, Tony. I have friends like that who talk nonstop. We'll be in a meeting, and if there's ever a moment of silence, they have to start talking. They abhor that vacuum of silence. They can't deal with it. They must talk. After a while, they sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. Wah, 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 wah. Or blah, blah, blah. I don't hear it anymore. I have other friends and acquaintances who in meetings actually, when they do talk, I listen to every word because it's such a rare thing when they do. They've thought about it, processed it, and are now talking. There's nothing wrong with either end of that continuum. It's just how each of us learns, and each of us learns to process. Those of us who are introverts and quiet love those who want to talk constantly in a class. The worst class I had at Unity when I was going through my OUT training was a class that only had 3 people in it, and one of them was the teacher. And 2 introverts. And we met face to face 5 days for 2.5 hours a day. I learned more from that class than any other because I was pulled out of who I think I am and used my power to actually speak my truth. So I think it's important that we spend time in silence. I think it's interesting that when people were trying to trick Jesus in his day and would ask him questions, he would often just smile at them and walk away. Silence. Some of us should learn silence. But we should spend time in the silence because in Lent, it's a very private thing. It's an inside job as we change who we are, as we unfold our soul. But once the silence is done, then we need to go out in the wholeness of our spirit, acknowledging that there is a God expressing in, as, and through us, and that is the Christ presence living in each one of us. And we need to go out into the world and speak the truth that we know. In Divine Audacity, Linda Martella Whitsett says that we express our power in 3 ways: concentration, self-mastery, and spiritual authority. Concentration is when you're laser focused on something. I know this is mine to do. I will accomplish it. I will make my goals. I will set my little measures, and I will make this happen. That's how we manifest. That's the divine idea going into manifestation. We concentrate on it. We get it done. I am horrible at that. I am really good at starting 30 things at once and finishing some of them, maybe. So I have learned over the years to concentrate. Being dyslexic and ADHD doesn't necessarily help that process, but you learn and you train your mind to concentrate. John and I have been watching March Madness because we love college basketball. And it's interesting to me to watch a team who is losing horribly, and suddenly one player gets it. They get the hot hand, and they bring the rest of their team up with them. They suddenly are the ones who are concentrating and understanding that there is potential and there is hope in the game that they're playing. Doesn't always mean they win. It just means that they got it going for their team. They became the cheerleader for their team by leading and doing. They learned to dwell not on the problem, but on the solution. How many points do we need in the next 5 minutes to win? That's the solution. Dwelling on the problem instead of the solution is when we give our power away. And we do that a lot. We give it to other people. We let them control us. We allow them to lead us even when they're bad leaders. We allow them to lead us even when we know they shouldn't be. We just give up our power. Dr. Nikki Golden posted a picture this week that said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." This is why we must always focus on what we wish to see instead of worrying about what we don't want to see. So for me, that meant on Facebook, quit posting things that I don't want in my life and in my world. Post only the things that I do want and the things that I want to see more of in the world and in my life. It was really pretty simple, but a hard lesson to learn sometimes. So this morning I ask you, in this season of Lent, where's your focus? Where's your attention? What are you concentrating your energy on and around? She also says that self-mastery is a part of power. She includes a quote from the Tao that says, "He who conquers others has physical strength. He who conquers himself is strong." And then from Sikhism, "With the conquest of my mind, I have conquered the whole world." Self-mastery is our ability to guide our thoughts, to guide our words, and to guide our actions, and to bring them into alignment with our highest intention. To align ourselves with the mind of God. To align the Christ presence in each of us with this beingness that is God. This comes from self-awareness, self-reflection, self-evaluation, all those self-things that most of us don't enjoy doing, but are necessary to grow our soul and evolve our soul into whatever is next. So I'm going to give you an intention for this one. Over this next week, I want you to see everybody as divine. We all are. We say that. We claim oneness. So when somebody has driven you right to the edge of, "I would like to hit you on the head," see them as divine. See the divinity in every one of us. And the final thing that Martella Whitsitt talks about is spiritual authority. When we hear that, most of us think of Jesus, spiritual authority. Jesus said, I have spiritual authority. But we are also children of God, and we have that same authority. There is nothing about us that we can't control. Nothing. We have a spark of the divine living in us, which is Unity's second principle. And through our thoughts and actions, we determine our reality, which is Unity's third principle. We are each capable of doing more than we currently do. But we have to realize that there's more in us than we see and that others may see in us. When I went from being Southern Baptist to the next faith tradition, they were very liturgical, meaning every Sunday I put on this robe, which was hot, and it had all of these lovely felt things all over it, and then you put on your stole, and then you went out and you did service in that, and then you did communion every service. And I kept thinking about, why am I doing this? But I learned that that's where I needed to be at that moment. So each Sunday, as I would put my stole on and as I would put on that robe, I would think about who I was, who I represent, what I'm doing, and why. So I don't wear robes anymore unless it's at UCF for a graduation or something. But every Sunday, I get to the church I'm speaking at early, and I sit in the parking lot, and I center myself, and I declare my own spiritual authority. You have that same authority. Every time you visit someone who is sick, every time you do a meditation, every time you go to see someone and just hold their hand and love them, every time you go out and visit somebody, every time you sing or play your instruments, every time you stand at that door and greet people as they come in, every time you pray with someone, you have spiritual authority. You have it because you are a child of God. You have it because we have the same characteristics as Jesus the Christ. We are capable of accomplishing many great and wonderful things. I want you to sit up straight for a moment. Put your hand over your throat. And now I want you to say again, I have the right to speak my truth. I have the right to speak my truth. Do you feel your hand vibrating? That's the vibration that our words put into this universe every time we say something. This morning, I invite you to be careful of the vibrational energy that you put into the universe. Every word we speak, every thought we have is indeed a prayer. Choose your words wisely. Speak truth to power. And know that the power in you is strong and ever present. And may every word we speak this week be a prayer. Namaste, my friends.
The new one?
We did that after meditation.
You want it again now? We can do it. Our thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be mindful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Not a perfect day. And that's okay, because we've got wonderful musicians here that are absolutely professional and are able to roll with the flow on things. We have a dynamic speaker with us this week. Hank, thank you so much. And we got tech people in the back who are going, so what's he going to do next? And they are absolutely making it work, and especially with some last-minute changes on things. It is a blessing to actually be here. It is a blessing to have more seats filled than when I come in at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. It's a blessing to see the comments from the people that we've had online today, both on Facebook and on YouTube. It's an absolute blessing. And I would invite those virtually, if you've been blessed this week, write in the chat stream, write in the comments how you've been blessed. And for those of you in the sanctuary, I would invite you also to think about how you've been blessed. And we have a little piece of paper in the back of how I was blessed this past week. And I would invite you to write it, think about it. Again, as Hank mentioned, it's putting voice to those thoughts and ideas. And either take it with you, take that piece of paper that says how you were blessed this week, put it on a mirror, put it in your wallet, put it in your purse, put it somewhere. And if you'd like, you could even bring it up here. In just a moment, we're going to go ahead, and the reason the basket is not in the back of the sanctuary is we're changing things up a little bit today. We're going to provide an opportunity for you to actually place your donation, your contribution for those who are in the sanctuary in the basket up front and bless the basket. We're going to take just a few minutes to provide that opportunity. If you're not comfortable with getting up in front of people and doing that, that's okay. Do it after the worship service, because the basket will be here. It won't be in somebody's office. It'll be right here for a while. This is something that we're trying this week. Some other Unity churches have found great success in the aspect and the opportunity for not just doing a walk-by, throw it in and walk out. It's an opportunity to think, to contemplate, make it an intentional activity. So we're going to do that in just a minute as soon as we give our prosperity affirmations. So for those of you who are joining us here in the sanctuary and those online, take the energy of that gift, take the energy of that contribution as we affirm together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I reciprocate, and I am grateful. And Stoney's going to go ahead and play some music behind us while we take a few moments. Please, if you'd like, bring the contributions.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Let's take the energy that has been blessed over this basket and all the offerings. We bless these offerings destined for Unity of Melbourne and are grateful for all of the ways in which each of you contribute in your own way to support this spiritual community. These manifestations of abundance will be used in faithful stewardship. We bless the gift. We bless the giver and hold the conviction that each blessing will be manifest in each of our lives 100-fold. And so it is, and we claim it to be by saying amen. I do want to acknowledge those who have joined us virtually. We had Jenny, Angela, Cynthia, Tracy, Sherry, Tanya, Barbara, Lori, Paulette, Angela, another Angela, and Bonnie. Thank you so very, very much. And thank all of you for coming out on this gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous Sunday day. It's great. Thanks. Fabulous. Next week, we have Reverend Therese Lee is back back speaking. And the topic, as we continue the 12 powers, is love. And is it not there, Joseph? It's there somewhere. There it is. The power of love, one of the 12 powers that we have. We also have. Let me speak just a second about love. What Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founder, said. God does not love anybody or anything. Ooh. God does not love anybody or anything. However, God is the love that is in everybody and in everything. God is love. So if you want to hear more about that, you got to come next Sunday, whether you're in the sanctuary or whether you're virtually. I do thank everyone for doing that. Thank you again to Reverend Hank, or excuse me, I keep doing that today, don't I? Well, I know you are, and you are ordained in a different faith tradition. So maybe that's just where it's coming from today. But anyway, thank you so very much. And Hank will be in our hospitality area for our Sunday Talk discussion. If you've not heard about Sunday Talk discussion, and it's available to those who are virtual as well, but in our hospitality area, a discussion is just that. It's a two-way conversation, and that will start at 11:45. That Hank will talk and take questions, discuss what power is. He mentioned a variety of very important concepts and very important ideas. And it's hard to wrap your mind around such topics in 20 minutes. So that's why we offer a 45-minute from 11:45 to 12:30, an opportunity to help process any of that. Joseph, for those of you who are watching virtually, has just posted the Zoom link on how to join. We certainly invite those of you in the sanctuary to stay and engage with that as well. We have a number of prayer chaplains. I'm going to ask if the prayer chaplains could stand and be recognized if they're so able, and to let you know that they will be in the sanctuary after the worship service to pray with you. Thank you very much, prayer chaplains, for all that you do in keeping the prayer consciousness at Unity of Melbourne. I want to thank our greeters today. I know Valerie was out there, our president of the Board of Trustees. Beth was also out there as well, who's our secretary of the Board of Trustees. Judy was out there, who just happened to run away right now. But Maggie, I know you were out there as well. So thank you for greeting the people that came in. And if you're interested in being a greeter, both in the lobby, and we also have trying to start a digital greeter process as well. So please let me know on that. And that's something that we want to engage more people with. And because this is about the spiritual community. And I say it's not just spiritual, it is community. And that's one of the things that Reverend Therese is definitely pushing towards. And we want to manifest that. We want to manifest that. I want to thank these folks over here because they have, I have thrown them a number of curveballs over the past couple of weeks, and they have really gone above and beyond, so thank you. On drums, we have Mr. Fred Goodnight. On bass, Mr. Ron Cobb. On pianos, Mr. Stoney Copeland, back from Washington, D.C. On background vocals and harmonies, Vashti St. Germain. And on lead vocals, Deborah Thornton. In the back, we have... Kevin, did you do that? Kevin on audio. And Joseph on video. So for those of you watching, thank you very, very much. And most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Not only in the seats to come physically, regardless of where you're coming from, but thank you for making the conscious effort. For those of you online, you didn't make the trip so far, but you actually made a conscious decision to click the mouse button and things like that. But that's important. That is very, very important. And for that, we greatly appreciate you coming together in this spiritual community, because it is a community, and we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Let's go ahead and close our service today with our prayer for protection. It'll be shown up on the screen, and for those of you online, it's also displayed in the screen. And we take that thought, we take this idea of the prayer for protection with us every single day wherever we go. Together, the light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is. And because God is, all is well. And now our musicians will close things out today with Together We Can Change the World.
Sing along with us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out. Lay the puzzle pieces out. Find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts. With our hands and with our hearts. We can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice? What if we spoke with one voice? Knowing that we have a choice. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we we can change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world. When we open up our eyes, when we open up our eyes, then we start to realize together we can change the world. Here comes the part we know. Can't do it. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. We are perfectly imperfect. Have a wonderful week, Unity of Melbourne.
I always wanted a red cape on my back. I always wanted to be the best in my pack. I always wanted to be known to be good, to be the hero of my own hood. If I could just fly, I could save everyone. Stop all the wars so nobody's gotta run. All the killing, all the crimes, pain and suffering. It's getting tougher to be buffered from it all. Are we gonna make it through? Is it gonna fly back in? Cause if you don't come right now, I don't think good will win. Time is running now. Do we wanna wait for him? Or is it our time now to bring the dirt back in? We don't have to leap tall buildings. There's a lot of good that we can do. We don't need a jetpack suit. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now. Superhero. Na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. Superhero. Na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. The world is full of so much pain, and though I can't fly, I can do my little part here before I die, yeah. I may not win the Nobel Prize, but at least I can try to be a little more kind, spend a little more time in my changed one life, yeah. Like giving a hug when somebody is down, feeding a soul when there's nobody around. Small things that can change the sound, in the vibe of the spirit that can change the town. Started small, now it's touched the crowd. The crowd is growing, now the word is out that if we all do our parts, we can touch the clouds. Without a cape and a mask, we can touch the clouds. Yeah. We don't have to leap tall buildings. There's a lot of good that we can do. We don't need a jetpack suit. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now. Superhero. Na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, 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 whoa. Superhero. Na 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 na. The superhero. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the smallest things that make a difference. And all the power's locked within us. All we gotta do is find the key and turn the latch and set it free, yeah. We don't need to be fast and strong, cause a kind word can go a long way. Help someone whose faith is gone to get back up and carry on. Maybe it's too hard to understand, think it's too much for us to handle, but I promise you that you can, cause you don't need to be a Superman. We don't have to leap tall buildings. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now. If it's superhero. Feeding the soul when there's nobody around. We're superheroes. In the vibe of the spirit that can change a town. Superhero. Everybody's knowing now the word is out that if we all do our parts, we can catch the cloud without a cape in the